Hi, I'm Cheryl Damati,
Hi, I'm Brian Rogers.
and we want to tell you about our Rooted experience.
Yes.
So, from the very first meeting, I was really excited, and Jared and James told us to trust them, and they asked us not to judge our group.
But we did.
Naturally, the first thing we did, we judged our group. We sat down and thought, what an odd bunch of people in this room.
Yeah, they didn't pray very hard on this group.
And so we got through it. It was a little rough, but we got through it. I feel like all of us got to our cars and probably went, I'm not super looking forward to going back. But we stuck with it. Week 2, we were kind of feeling each other out and seeing where it was going to go. And we were learning more and more about each other. So it was getting a little more comfortable.
Yeah.
And a few weeks in, we started realizing we had a lot in common with each other from different jobs and different aspects. It was
And different issues.
Yeah, absolutely. And it really seemed to be coming together. So I found myself getting more and more excited to go, really looking forward to spending time with them. It wasn't even so much the book for me. It wasn't so much the information. It was really the fellowship that we were having. And so Brian and I are unlikely friends. We wouldn't have met if it weren't for Rooted. We don't have a ton in common. But the one thing that I said about when we sat down in that group, I was like, man, I don't have anything in common with any of these people. And then I realized we all had the most important thing in common: the Lord. We are all after God's heart, and we all needed fellowship. And what has happened from the beginning, from being unenthused and unsure, is, man, a desire and a love for these people that I just didn't know I could have.
It's been absolutely amazing. It really has. And I was pretty blunt and upfront with my group at first. Well, rewind a little bit. My wife started hinting about Rooted when the church started advertising it. And she would say something, and I'd, and then finally say, hey, this is a church activity, and, we need to participate. So I said, okay, that's fine. So, but I'm skeptical by nature, so.
He let us know he was skeptical. The very first meeting, he didn't want to be there. He says it wasn't that bad, but it was pretty upfront. He wasn't thrilled about being there.
My wife, she wasn't very impressed with my honesty and openness, but I just let the group know I'm not here for therapy, and if this doesn't work for me, you'll know, because I won't be here next Tuesday. And my wife, she's like, and everybody, unbeknownst to me, I think everybody really appreciated that honesty.
Yeah, I was a little bit scared, but most people appreciate it. I got in the car and I was like, this guy really doesn't want to be there. And I remember sitting at that table and hearing him say that he couldn't wait to see all of us. And it just made my heart explode with joy, because in a few weeks we went from this guy who didn't really care if he was there, who wasn't super enthused about small groups, to a guy that couldn't wait to see us.
Couldn't wait to be there. On the way home that night, Kim and I are talking about it, and I said, what a diverse group. I said, when I first walked in there, it's not that I had any ill thoughts about anyone. It's just, it was different. We were expecting maybe a group of all people our age or whatever. And our group was so diverse, I'm thinking, they really didn't pray over these groups very hard to put us together.
Yeah.
But on the way home, I told my wife, Kim, I said, I think that was pretty cool. And as the days went by, I couldn't wait for the next Tuesday. And I finally told that to the group.
And it's how it was for us. And we found that because our group was so diverse, we ended up, at least for my husband and I, we have so much advice, and we have so many mentors now. We have so many people we can turn to. When things get rough, I just got some rough news. And my very first thought when I got it was, I need to tell my group, I need my group. I need them to pray with me. And it's become such a strong place for us that I can't imagine not knowing all of these wonderful people.
No, it's really been amazing, because not only become friends through this process. We became family.
Yeah.
And I love these people, and I feel like they love us as well. Kim and I have attended for almost 20 years, and we have participated in a lot of activities and things throughout this time, but we never really felt connected.
Yeah.
We had friends here at church, but not really connected like this. And Rooted brought this diverse group of people together, people with children, not children, younger, older, in the middle, and it created something that's just so overwhelming. It's hard to express. Here's a guy that was skeptical, that didn't want to be there from the start, that I'm lost until our group meets again.
Yeah.
We actually decided to continue
Yep.
the group after the Rooted session, and that's the best thing.
It is.
Each week is looking forward to being together.
Yep.
And as soon as something comes up or somebody has a prayer request or some exciting news, it's immediately, your phone
Yep.
blows up with
And
text.
it's great, attending such a large church. I feel like sometimes we see people, we know people, we say hi, but there's no connection. And more than anything, he's gone here for 20 years, and I've only been here for a year and a half, but we still never would have met if it weren't for Rooted. Those connections never would have been made.
No, we wouldn't. And I believe now that James prayed over this, at least, our
Jared
group,
too.
and Jared, and it worked.
Yeah.
It worked.
It did.
There was a reason we're all together, and we can't leave out Wyatt.
Wyatt, our wonderful facilitator.
Our group is a group of couples.
Yes.
And we have Wyatt, who is single and in his
Yeah.
early 20s, that pulled us all together.
He did.
And
He corralled us.
It's been so amazing to have him with us through this experience.
Yes.
And
Absolutely.
So